Hello and welcome. Do you want to learn how to talk about your daily life in English? In the next 10 minutes, we will master the art of describing your daily routine. This is a fundamental skill for making conversation, scheduling plans, and connecting with people. We will start with the basic vocabulary for morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Then, we'll learn how to use time expressions to be more specific. After that, we'll explore adverbs of frequency to say how often you do things. Finally, we'll practice sharing our weekly schedule. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to confidently describe your day to anyone. Are you ready? Let's begin. Let's start with the first part of the day, the morning. A typical morning routine might sound like this. I wake up at 6, take a shower, and have coffee. Let's break that down and add more vocabulary. First, you. That's when your eyes open. Then, you. That's when you leave your bed. They are similar, but not exactly the same. After getting up, you might, or then you might. After your shower, you, which means you put on your clothes for the day. Next is breakfast. You can say, or, what do you eat? Maybe toast, cereal, or eggs. After breakfast, many people to work or school. Commute is the word for traveling from your home to your workplace. You can commute by car, by bus, or by train. So a full morning routine could be, I wake up at 6:30, get up and brush my teeth. Then I have breakfast. At 7:30, I commute to work. Now for the afternoon. The original example was, I study or work until 5. This is a great, simple sentence. The afternoon is usually the time for our main activity of the day. For many, that's work. I work from 9 to 5. For a student, it might be, I have classes in the afternoon, or I study in the library. For a parent, the afternoon might involve picking up children from school. I pick up my kids at 3 p.m. The middle of the day is also when we have our lunch. You can say, I have lunch at noon, or I take a lunch break at 1 p.m. Next up, the evening. Our example was, I cook dinner and talk with friends. The evening is when the workday or school day is over. It's a time to transition. You might from work, and then, after dinner, people do many different things too, or you might, or, for example, in the evening, I get home around 6 p.m. I cook dinner for my family. After dinner, we watch a movie together. Finally, we have the night. The sentence was, I read a little, then sleep. Night is the end of the day. You might. This can include changing into your pajamas or brushing your teeth again. Then, you. And finally, you, or. So, a simple night routine is, at 10 p.m., I get ready for bed. I read for about 30 minutes, then I turn off the light and go to sleep. Now let's see this in a mini dialogue. Imagine two friends, Alex and Ben, are talking. Alex asks, what's your typical morning like? Ben could answer, I wake up at 7 a.m. and go for a run. After that, I take a quick shower and have breakfast. Notice how Ben uses a few sentences to describe his morning. Now it's your turn. I'll ask the question. You answer out loud. Ready? What's your typical morning like? Great job. Fantastic. Now you have the basic vocabulary. Let's move to our second section, using time expressions. This will make your descriptions much more precise. The original sentence gave us a few examples. At 6 a.m., around noon, after work, before bed, on weekdays. Let's explore these more deeply. For exact times, we use the preposition. For example, a quick pronunciation tip is for the morning before noon, is for the afternoon and evening, afternoon. We also have special ways to say times with 15 and 45. For 3:15, you can say 3:15 or 3:15. For 6:45, you can say 6:45 or 6:45. Let's practice. Say it with me. 3:15. 6:45. Excellent. But what if you don't know the exact time? We use words for approximate times. You can use or, for example, I have lunch noon, or I finish work 5-ish. That little word, ish, is very common in casual conversation. It means approximately. Let's meet at 7-ish. We also use general phrases like toms or, to show the order of events, we use sequencing words. The most important are and. For example, I drink coffee, I start work. I watch TV, I finish dinner. We also use words like and to connect a series of actions. For example, I wake up, I brush my teeth, I get dressed, I go downstairs for breakfast. To talk about how long something takes, we use I work 8 hours. To talk about a period of time, we use I have class 9 a.m., 11 a.m. Now, a quick quiz. How would you say this in a more natural way? The meeting is at 14 You could say, the meeting is at 2 p.m. How about this one? I work 9 until 17 ainda. A great answer is, I work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Well done. Now we're ready for our third section, talking about frequency. How often do you do something? The original lesson gave us a great list. I always wake early, usually exercise, often cook, sometimes order in, rarely stay up late. These words are called adverbs of frequency. Let's put them on a scale from 100% of the time to 0% of the time. At the top, with 100% certainty, we have I brush my teeth before bed. Just below that, maybe 90% of the time, is I have coffee in the morning. Next, around 70% is I listen to music when I work. A quick pronunciation note. Some people say the T in often, and some people don't. Both often and often are correct. In the middle, at 50%, we have I skip breakfast if I'm late. Then we have the less frequent adverbs. At about 10%, I watch TV. And finally, at 0%, we have I drink coffee at night. Where do we put these words in a sentence? The general rule is that they go before the main verb. For example, I to work. The adverb comes before the verb. But there is an important exception. The verb to be. With the verb to be, the adverb comes it. For example, I tired on Monday mornings. Here comes after. Let's look at a common mistake. Some learners say, I watch sometimes TV. This is incorrect. The adverb should be before the verb, ITV. Let's practice. I'll give you a sentence and an adverb in parentheses. You make a new sentence. Ready? First one. I go to the gym, usually. The correct sentence is, I go to the gym. Next one. She is late for class. Never. The answer is, she is late for class. Remember, it comes after the verb is. Last one. We eat out on Fridays. Often. The answer, we eat out on Fridays. You're doing great. This brings us to our final section, sharing your schedule. This is very useful for making plans with friends or colleagues. The original example was, on Monday, I have class from 9 to 11. Tuesday, gym at 7. Let's learn the prepositions we need for this. For days of the week, we use Monday, Friday, weekends. For parts of the day, we use the morning, the afternoon, the evening. But be careful. For night, we use night. And as we learned, for specific times, we also use 7 p.m. When you want to make plans, you need to talk about when you are free or busy. You can say, I'm busy Monday morning, but I'm free the afternoon. Or you can ask a question. Are you free Wednesday 2 p.m.? To suggest a time, you can say, can we meet 3 p.m.? Or, how about Thursday? Let's try a mini role play. Imagine you want to schedule a study session with a friend. Your friend says, hi, I need some help with my English homework. Are you free to study together this week? You look at your schedule. You are busy on Tuesday evening and all day Wednesday. How can you respond? You could say, hi, I'd love to. I'm busy on Tuesday evening and all day Wednesday, but I'm free on Thursday afternoon. How about 2 p.m.? Now it's your turn. Imagine I am your friend. Hey, do you want to get coffee sometime this week? Look at your own schedule and answer me out loud. Wonderful. We have covered so much today. Let's do a quick recap. We learned to describe our day from morning to night using vocabulary like and. We learned to use time expressions like and. We learned to talk about frequency with words like and. And finally, we learned how to share our schedule using prepositions like and. You now have all the tools you need to talk about your daily life in English. Now it's your turn to practice. In the comments below, I want you to write 4 sentences. 1 for your morning routine, one using a specific time expression, one using an adverb of frequency, and one about your schedule for next week. For example, in the morning, I walk my dog. I have a meeting at 10 a.m. tomorrow. I rarely eat fast food. I'm free on Friday afternoon. I will read as many of your comments as I can. Thank you for learning with me today. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next lesson.